The United States has announced new sanctions on Russia's two largest oil companies, Rosneft and Lukoil, as President Donald Trump called on Moscow to agree to an immediate ceasefire in Ukraine. After weeks of signaling possible penalties, Trump said on Wednesday that he had waited long enough to act, explaining that it was finally time to stop the killing. He added that the sanctions were meant to pressure Russia to end its war with Ukraine, but hoped they won't be on for long if peace talks move forward. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent confirmed that the sanctions target Russia's biggest oil firms and dozens of their subsidiaries. He said the goal is to cut off the Kremlin's main source of funding for the war. It's time for an immediate ceasefire, Bessent said, adding that the Treasury is ready to take further steps if needed. The United Kingdom and the European Union have already imposed similar sanctions. The EU's latest package also includes a ban on Russian liquefied natural gas imports. A top EU envoy is set to meet U.S. officials in Washington to coordinate the measures. Ukraine welcomed the move. Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S., Olga Stefanishyna, said the decision shows that peace can only come through strength and pressure on the aggressor. She urged European nations to follow Washington's lead. Diplomatic talks between Moscow and Kiev remain frozen. Russia has rejected proposals for a temporary halt to fighting, saying it won't enter negotiations under current conditions. Trump revealed that he had canceled a planned meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Budapest, saying the timing didn't feel right. He noted, however, that they might meet again in the future. Experts say the impact of these sanctions depends on how strictly they are enforced. The key question is whether the U.S. will go after banks and refineries in other countries that still work with Rosneft and Lukoil, said Eddie Fishman of the Atlantic Council. The Biden administration had previously sanctioned smaller Russian oil firms, but avoided hitting Rosneft and Lukoil due to concerns about global oil prices. Trump now says that while sanctions can be costly, they're necessary to end this senseless war. The announcement came hours after Russia launched a massive air assault on Ukraine, including strikes on Kyiv. Officials described the new sanctions as some of the largest and most powerful yet. Bessent said the U.S. hopes its allies in Europe, Canada, and Australia will also join the effort. These are not symbolic moves, he said. They are meant to be real and forceful, and we want our partners to stand with us.
Subscribe for the latest updates. Prime Headlines.
Easy.